Hello and welcome to today's episode of TSARP. I'm your host, Andrew Weir, and today we have a very special guest.
Hello, I'm Junaid. I'm a web developer based in Pakistan and I have mastered HTML, CSS and built some amazing projects that you might have seen before. Currently, I'm blending JavaScript to enhance my skill.
And I first saw you on Twitter, and your skills are amazing. All the stuff
Thank
you've created.
you. Thank you.
So how did you decide you wanted to learn how to code?
The simple answer I will give you that because it is easy to earn money by doing remote jobs and start freelancing, right? So I have started with C and C++ to take some coding knowledge. Then I learned it for a few days because I'm taking some coding knowledge. Then I decided to learn Python because it is so popular programming language and easy to learn. And I think you did know. Also, I want to become a data scientist, but didn't find any resource to learn it. After that, I want to become, I think to become a full stack developer because it is really easy to learn and easy to get a job in just a few months.
Mm. And yeah, that is cool. Yeah, we learn a lot of Python here at our school. Yeah, that's like the main one that they teach because, like you said, it's very easy to learn
Because
and
it is
simple.
taking some knowledge of coding, because it's easy to learn for beginners.
Yeah. Um. So, do you have any tips for people trying to learn how to code?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have some tips that will help you to learn coding better. So my first tip is to learn coding faster is focus on only one language. If you are learning and if you are beginner that you will jump one to the second language like Python, I will do Python or I will do C first, but I will recommend you to focus on only one language. So it will help you to increase your focus. My second tip is that write down the new concept you learn and note down them on the notebook.
Was there a reason you started with web development, or did you just like it the best?
No, I just take some knowledge before because I not seen any result of with Python, so that's why I decided to uh, start web development.
Hmm. Yeah, I think web development, like you said, is not too hard to learn and very
Yes,
useful.
yes, very useful because it is very easy to learn and easy to get a job and start freelancing if you want.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of different places you can freelance with it.
Yes,
And yeah, and it's cool because you can make little projects and share them, and people will like them. And
that
yeah,
will
that's kind of
motivate.
just how you start out.
I'm giving some more tips to increase your coding focus. So my third tip is to practice new concept because if you practice it, so uh, you didn't need to learn it. Sorry, please.
Mm. Yeah, there's a lot of great tips, and we've done some videos on them in the past, talking about great tips for Hatch and Scratch, and we could do great tips for web development and Python in the future. Just we never really thought about it.
Uh,
Um, yeah, so I think that your story is very interesting. Learning web development and Python. Well, what's your favorite web development?
favorite web development language?
Mm,
Yes,
yeah.
it's JavaScript.
Mm. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of JavaScript recently. And it's definitely a lot harder than Python or another language, but it is one of the most useful because it can really be used anywhere.
Yes, in almost web brand like back end and front end.
Yeah, like especially with Node.js as the back
Yes.
end and then just regular JavaScript as the front end. And now with React JS or I forget the specific name. You can make mobile apps with it.
Yes, React
Um,
Native. It is like React Native.
yeah, React Native. Yeah, you can really do anything with it. And we talked about, I forget, I guess it was, I think maybe 2 episodes ago, we did a smaller, like, languages you need to learn in 2023. And JavaScript was like the first, like, most you needed to learn just because it can be used on the web, on servers, on mobile apps, on desktop, all of that.
Yes.
Yeah, so have you made really any big programs with Python?
And no, just take some basic knowledge because it is. I didn't see any result because it is just working on the console or not on front of your web page. Front end is really amazed to because you design it, create this design, and then add functionality to design that will amaze me.
Yeah, that is cool because like you can just design the whole front end without ever touching
Yes,
any bit of functionality. Uh, yeah, that's why it's really cool. And I mean, there are ways to add GUI to Python, um, but yeah, Python is a big backend language
yes.
using Flask
Using
and
Flask.
I forget the other library that is big for backend development.
Yes. But if you're
So
learning front end and JavaScript in front end, and I recommend you to don't learn Python because you will mess out because you are doing JavaScript on the front end. I will recommend you to also do JavaScript in back end using Node.js.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I've anytime I've done work on a back end, which isn't a lot because all my websites are pretty much just using Firebase and JavaScript as the
Yes.
front end. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, definitely use JavaScript because you can take your knowledge from the one language to the other.
Yes.
Yeah, so this was really interesting talking to you about your coding skills and how you learned them. And yeah, so thank you all for listening to today's episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.